Take it.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good.
May I sit?
Please take it.
Bikrant Sharma.
Yes, sir.
Bikrant Sharma. Are you upgraded now? Are you engaged somewhere?
Actually, I'm continuing my PhD in e-governance.
E-government. You have completed your PG in public administration.
Public administration.
From which university?
Odisha State Open University.
Huh?
Odisha State Open University.
Public administration. Your subject in civil service also public administration.
Public administration.
Do you find any resemblance or some this similarity of the process, what you read and what is being done in the administration?
Yes, I find many similarities. For we follow a lot of principles of classical thinkers, be it Henry Fayol 14 principles, like esprit de corps now turned into team spirits in various administrative process, and post-corp is also followed in like evoluted form.
Day-to-day administration.
Yes, indeed.
What are the discrepancies?
In day-to-day,
What
as
gap between theory and practice? Give
Yes.
some examples.
like Weber provided a lot of benefits of bureaucracy, etc., and the administration now is closer to bureaucracy, but various gaps are there. For example, end goal replacement is there. Like a lot of administrators are focusing on paperwork more than the actual work, so field work. So these are there. This is one primary.
How do you see the journey of the a civil servant in pre-independent India till date? What is the changes that has come up in the process?
Actually, pre-independent India, it was more of exploitative in nature, and the job of civil servants was more of a resource collector for the empire. But now the situation has turned. We have focusing on like the demand of the public, providing service, Sevakta model, like providing welfare orientation. So there has been shift in this regard.
What do you mean by hard work and what do you mean by smart work?
Hard work is the effort we put in something. Smart work also.
I don't need any contextual meaning. I want actual its implementation in the field.
Example.
If you are working if you are working for 12 hours a day, that is in hard work. Example of hard work. But if you are working only 8 hours, but the output and outcome is more, has three elements: economy, efficiency, and effective.
How it is being done or it can be done in administration?
I can use my experience of e-governance, like by using integrating technology, information communication technology, the hard work can be shifted into smart work. Smart government can be created.
Do you think that our society is matured enough, people are matured enough to receive the changes that are taking place in the electronic, digital sphere?
We are on the right path, but I may not say it is purely matured enough, because the issue of digital literacy and like disparity.
Have you visited your block office or council office recently in the last 5 years?
Yes, I have visited.
Huh?
Yes, I have visited.
What is, have you visited earlier and recently?
Yes, I have.
What is the difference you find?
Now a lot of portals and websites are there which we can use. For example, in the process of making EWS certificate, economic weaker sections, assets certificate, now we can apply by self by going to that specific portal. So the time required earlier is now shortened by a lot.
What is the right to information act?
So it was implemented in year 2005, and the people behind was Anna Hazare.
What is the purpose of introducing this act? What is the main goal?
Yes. As second ARC highlighted that the two goals that can replace corruption is transparency and accountability. The transparency part is the solution for transparency thing can be done by RTI, Right to Education, and the Article 19 purpose can also be helped through RTI, because an informed decision is always a better decision. So we can express us more clearly when we have the desired and needed informations about the government.
Suppose you want something to be done, it has not been done, or it is kept for a year. How you utilize the RTI to know what is going on, why your work has not been attended to, what is the regime, how you can apply?
Practical aspect can be, we can approach public information officer, and by paying a nominal fees, that person will like present the information, required information within a specific time. So that can be one way to go for it.
Suppose you are supplied with your information within 30 days.
Yes.
Then you know the reason why your work has not been done. Then what will be the next course of action?
It will depend upon the situations and like what kind of information is that. So mostly it will be the situation based, like whatever with it, because I'll be needing more information regarding what kind of like information we are talking about. If it is personal information, I will take better decision based on that information. So that will be my course of action.
Now, Prime Minister of India is attending Quad meeting. Do you think that any substantial will come out?
Yes, one thing I can say that the world has earlier it has been unipolar or bipolar, and by India taking in various meetings and organizations, be it Quad or BRICS, it is emerging as like in multipolar world. India is emerging as a key player, which has alliance and relations with every part of the global players. So Quad, we have pro-democratic players like America, Australia, and Japan. So we can talk about the issues we are
We
again.
have been talking of mutual discussion, political dialogue, and all these things between the nations, among the nations. But still, the Russia-Ukraine war, the Israel-Hamas conflict, still goes on. Nobody bothers what you say.
That's why I feel some reforms can be needed, be it in United Nations or in other organizations, to make them more accountable and more enforceable.
ICJ, what does it stand for?
International Court of Justice.
It has announced some punishment for one president.
Yes. Right now I cannot recall the name. I need to read about it. So.
It has found guilty one president. You know,
Yes. I'm not totally sure of which president we are talking about. I will.
Is it effective? ICJ.
ICJ, it can be effective because the 9 judges are more experienced, and so their judgments are normally
their
objective.
effectiveness of any international institution or organization depends upon whom?
Their enforceability, I believe.
Willingness of its constituent members
Yes.
to carry out the orders. Why Ukraine-Russia war is lingering so much?
Because now there is a trend that we are going against the globalization principle that used to be the first case. Many countries are opting out of various international organizations and taking it not so
Why
seriously.
This conflict between Ukraine and Russia is going on.
There are
What is the main point where they don't agree each other?
There are two issues. One can be that eastern Ukraine parts, like 3 regions, their names.
Why the conflict started?
some articles say that it can have resource economic region can also be one of the crucial region behind the real conflict.
Okay.
Bikrant, you have accountancy, yeah? Management, business,
Commerce.
commerce. Okay. How many financial statements are there in a company?
Financial statement.
What are the main financial statements?
Two sides I'm aware of, like all the financial, one is balance sheet including assets and liabilities, profit and loss account is there, the two most important ones.
Income expenditure.
Income and expenditures.
How many sides are there in the balance sheet?
Balance sheet, two sides, again divided by 4 subtypes.
Okay. Left side, which appears on the left side?
Left side, liabilities. and,
Very sure. You are sure?
It was the earlier format. Now after 2013 Act, there has been revision.
Liability appears on the
Left side,
Left
it used
side,
to appear
and
on the
asset?
left side.
And asset?
Assets on the right side.
So what are the items of liability? Say liability side. What are the items appear on the liability side?
So two form current liabilities items are there.
First one.
First, capital is also termed as liabilities.
Okay. The
So
second one.
subtypes of capitals, and
Second
then
one?
Current liabilities like short-term loans, etc. and
Deposits, where it appears.
deposits. There are two kinds of deposits based on which it has potential to appear on both sides.
Both sides.
If the company are depositing in some other companies, then it is termed as
That is investment.
their investment.
Now I am talking of deposit. Deposit and investment, two are different things. Which you are telling that appear on the asset side, that is an investment.
Yes.
But the deposit, basically it appears on the
Left
liability side.
Liability.
And what are the other items appearing in the liability?
Current liabilities, all form of
Current liability. Then
Yes.
borrowings will appear. Borrowings.
borrowings will appear in left side, long-term borrowings and both.
Profit
short-term
will
borrowings.
appear on which side? Profit will appear on which side?
Profit will appear on left side. It will be adjusted with the capital because it's on their investments.
Profit
capital
will appear on the left side.
It will
Are
be
you sure?
after. Yes, like as far as I can recall, it will be adjusted with the.
And loss will appear on which side?
There are two. There used to be two methods to show loss and
That's okay. Net loss will appear on which side?
right side.
On asset side.
Yes.
Why?
Uh,
You are correct. Profit will appear on the left side, liability and loss will appear on the asset side. But why?
because companies is treated as a separate entity, and the
Because
loss.
you have to balance it.
Yes.
Because you have to balance it.
Yes, separate
It
entity.
may be a company, it may be a bank, it may be a person. You have to balance it.
Yes.
You have to make it both the
Tally.
sides equal.
Tally.
So that's why if you add profit to the asset, then it will be heavier.
Yes.
So you have to add the profit in the left side. Okay. Why it is capital is the first item of the liability?
Because they are the shareholders' money, which the company as a separate entity are required to return to them.
Capital means only shareholder.
It has various
Yes,
types.
only one point may be shareholder.
Shareholder.
The other component is there.
Yes.
That is your
Stakeholders' money,
your personal money also there. You have to start a business.
yes.
So you have to borrow the money from somebody.
Yes.
So that's why it appears on the first item.
Yes.
It appears as the first item under the liability side because you have to start the money, start the business by taking money from somebody, either from the shareholders or from the persons or from your own money also. Okay. So you go through this accounting because accounting is a very important subject is now. So why this, you know about the financial inclusion?
Yes. I'm
Financial
aware.
inclusion, you know that. What is that?
It can be done through various tools. For example, GEM Trinity was there.
No, why? What is the objective of financial inclusion? What is the
as-
definition of financial inclusion?
As 12 5-year plans said that to induce inclusive growth. So that's why financial inclusion.
That is the goal. But my question is objective. What is the definition of financial inclusion?
To reach to the last mile, to include everyone
To
in
provide the banking services
to the
to every citizen of India at an affordable cost. Okay, not that at a higher cost it will not be finance at affordable, very nominal amount. 10 paise, 5 paise, 2 paise like that. Okay, one person sitting at the top of the hill also, he will get the benefits of the banking. Why government is giving so much importance to finance inclusion?
Finance inclusion.
Yeah.
A lot of benefits can arise from it. For example, DPT, direct benefit transfer. If everyone is connected with
So why?
bank-
What is the broader goal of that? Having government is giving much importance on the finance inclusion. Why? What is the broader
to
goal?
include suffice the long-term vision of inclusive growth. Sabka
Inclusive
saath,
growth.
sabka
And
vikas
that
vision.
will add to our economy. That will
Yes.
add to our economy. Because some persons will be left out.
Yes.
That is not the motto of the government. So government wants to bring all into the mainstream. Okay. DBT is a part of that. DBT full form.
Direct benefit
What
transfer.
is the benefit of DBT?
If the KYC is there, Aadhaar is already linked, the schemes and the related money can directly transfer to the
Only
beneficiaries.
one is transfer.
Yes.
So then is another benefits are
And
there
most
for the
beneficiaries can be eliminated. Corruption
Middleman can be eliminated.
Can be eliminated. Corruption can be
speed,
reduced.
accuracy.
Yes.
Whatever amount is there, now these schemes, you see that PM Kisan, CM Kisan, all the money is immediately transferred to the beneficiary account. Okay. How your this accountancy system, accounting knowledge, and you have also passed out from income tax financing management. What is the slab of this year 24-25 income tax slab?
I'll be really apologizing. I
At least
read
tell
it,
me
but-
what are the two changes. At least tell me.
Yes.
What are the two changes brought in this year's slab?
Finance Minister just changed it, revised it, and they have increased the tax buoyancy. Means they have included more person in the tax like
This is
bracket.
50%. The standard deduction 50,000 is enhanced to the 75,000.
Yes. So,
And second one, this 5% slab is increased from 5 lakhs to 7.5 lakhs. That's just two changes. You remember?
What is angel tax?
angel tax normally, if I can take a guess, if you allow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell.
Like there are angel investors who support the new upcoming or
What
the
is angel
startups.
tax?
So,
On whom it was imposed?
so the imposition of tax on those like big entity, I'm not
If you
really
are not sure,
Yes,
don't tell.
I'm not really sure about it.
So the case with the
Your problem is you are talking before listening.
Sorry.
You are replying. First,
Hire some time. Take your time.
take your time, understand the question.
After 3-4 seconds, you can answer also. There is no problem.
You have opted of public administration as your optional subject.
Yes.
Why?
Actually, after completing my graduation in 2015, I went to I come from very humble background, so I started photography. But then my interest grew in civil services because I saw some friends doing it. And due to the interest in civil services, the closest subject that I found, which is closer to the administrative process, is public administration, and that's why I chose this subject.
What is the difference between public administration and private administration?
The core difference is that motive. One is service motive, and one is profit maximization or wealth maximization. That is core difference.
What is citizen's charter?
Citizen charter, it is normally taken from the private organizations, which is like some promises, the documents containing various promises, like done in the Sevaktam model, like providing quality or standardizations of the services. So that document is called citizen charter.
What are the general problems we are facing in the administrative system?
One is a very long traditional problem of red tapeism. Like the administrative are believed to be working very slow as compared to the private organizations, which are more accountable and efficient. And the problems of corruption, as like Santhanam committee has told. There are various tools for checking corruptions. One, the Santhanam committee then formed CVC. There is RTI, there is IT Act, there is Lokpal and Lokayukt Act. So to enforce accountability and transparency, various reforms are there. And in organization also we can do ONM and there's trading tools to make it more efficient and reduce the corruption.
How can you check the rate tapeism?
Rate tapeism, by making that the placeholder more accountable. The promotion has to be, earlier it used to be mainly on seniority basis, but when the merit or their performance would also be appraised annually, and there can be feedback mechanism. In most Sarkar 5T there used to be one. So by applying these tools, the rate tapeism can reduce.
Okay.
Okay, सब ठीक ठाक अच्छे ते सर जल्दी कहले you are becoming
I
speedy.
reiterate what I said. You are sometimes jumping into answer without listening or understanding the question. Sir asked you, what prompted you, what influenced you to take public administration as a subject? No need of telling I am from background or this background, that background, or civil service was my dream. Any subject can be taken by anybody. But what specifically impressed you to take public administration? You should have a specific reply.
Concise.
Okay. You concise your reply. Everything your expression, your other aspect is good. With a little bit modification. And first bring clarity on your subject. Your subject, because you are postgraduate in political science, public administration, you are also taken public administration. Public administration is a subject which is and that covers everything, your general studies also. So everything can be asked. Okay.
Who is the VC of OSU? Who is the VC of OSU?
Sorry sir, I cannot recall the name.
So Mahapat Orka Kesari Mahapat.
I've read the name, but
You just
yes,
remember
I will
that.
revise down.
Okay.
Okay.
So one personal question may I ask? As I am continuing my PhD, can I include it in my
Yes,
CIF?
yes.
Yeah, it will add to your
Because it is
qualification.
not finished yet, so that's why I
Yeah.
skipped.
You can tell that.
You are-
PhD cannot be finished in
You are
1 or 2
doing
days.
Public administration.
Minimum
Which
4
subject?
days.
Which
E-governance.
e-governance. Then they may ask you from e-governance. How e-governance? There are a host of questions.
My question is, can I write it on CIF or not? Like,
You write in your CIF, only thing that my point of view is that once you write it,